Catherine Cortez Masto made history in 2016 when she became the first Latina ever elected to the United States Senate. Representing the diverse and rapidly growing state of Nevada, she has built a reputation as a steady, policy-focused lawmaker with particular emphasis on consumer protection, immigration reform, and women's rights. Born and raised in Las Vegas, Cortez Masto comes from a politically connected family. Her father, Manny Cortez, was a longtime Clark County commissioner and a close friend of former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid. She earned her undergraduate degree from the University of Nevada, Reno, and went on to receive her law degree from Gonzaga University School of Law. Her legal career included time as a civil attorney, a federal prosecutor, and ultimately Nevada's Attorney General from 2007 to 2015. In that role, she focused on combating the foreclosure crisis, cracking down on sex trafficking, and improving the state's cybercrime enforcement. After stepping down as AG due to term limits, she was recruited by Reid to run for his Senate seat when he announced his retirement. In 2016, she narrowly defeated Republican Joe Heck in one of the year's most closely watched Senate races. She won re-election in 2022 in another high-profile contest, defeating former Nevada Attorney General Adam Laxalt by a slim margin. Her current term runs through January 2029. As of 2025, Cortez Masto serves on several influential committees, including Finance, Energy and Natural Resources, Banking, Housing and Urban Affairs, and Rules and Administration. Her committee work places her at the center of economic, environmental, and infrastructure policymaking, critical issues for a state like Nevada that is heavily dependent on tourism, public lands, and energy consumption. She has become a key voice on housing policy, advocating for affordable housing investment and tenant protections. She has also championed legislation aimed at increasing transparency in the financial industry, improving wildfire response and preparedness, and expanding access to healthcare in rural communities. Cortez Masto has not held a formal Senate leadership position, but she is considered an influential voice within the Democratic caucus, particularly on issues that affect Hispanic communities and Western states. Cortez Masto's legislative style is methodical, pragmatic, and heavily policy-oriented. She often works behind the scenes, focusing on oversight and implementation rather than headline-grabbing bills. While not as prominent in the national media as some of her Democratic colleagues, she has developed a reputation in Washington as a serious legislator. In terms of her voting record, Cortez Masto aligns closely with the mainstream Democratic Party. She has supported the Inflation Reduction Act, COVID relief packages, infrastructure investment, and efforts to codify abortion rights and voting protections. Analysts typically place her on the center-left of the Democratic spectrum. She is more moderate than the party's progressive flank, and often reflects the more cautious, consensus-driven wing of the Senate Democrats. That said, she has not shied away from progressive stances when they align with her priorities, particularly on immigration reform, reproductive rights, and climate action. Her bipartisan efforts on law enforcement funding and support for Nevada's mining and energy industries also illustrate her attention to local concerns. Senator Catherine Cortez Masto embodies the careful balancing act required of a Democrat from a competitive state like Nevada. With her legal background, methodical approach, and commitment to equity and economic resilience, she remains a significant figure in the Senate's policy engine room. Her current term extends to 2029, and she is expected to continue shaping the national conversation on housing, immigration, and economic fairness well into the decade. Next in our U.S. Senator series, Tom Cotton, Republican representing Arkansas.